Hey y'all, it's Michael and it's Vlogmas Day 7, and today I thought I would do another part of some recommendations for my favorite podcasts. I already did one in it was in Vlogtember. I did a recommendations, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below. Today I thought I would let you guys know some more of the other podcasts that I enjoy listening to. The first podcast that I love every Tuesday, I am super excited for it, and that's Dissect. Podcast is about Cole, and the focus of this podcast is basically dissecting, hence the name dissecting music, but each season he's dissecting a different album. So the first season was to dissect Kendrick Lamar's how Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, and then the second season he's about to wrap it up. It's about to be the season finale, which is Kanye West's My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. This podcast is incredible. It is one of the best podcasts I've listened to. I am so excited, and I think what I really enjoy about it is that it's really thought-provoking in the way that I really like these artists that he chose to dissect the albums from so far. And even at season 3 now, I don't know who he's gonna pick yet because he doesn't announce it until like much later on. But oh my god, I was thinking like, what if he did Beyonce's Lemonade, but then after that, for season 4, he could do Jay-Z's 444. It'd be like amazing, but that's just like a fantasy of mine. He breaks it down. So what he does is basically he would go down through each episode is basically each track, and he would dissect the musical logistic, like the rhythm, why did he do the key change here, and then he would also break down the lyrics of each song. Oh my god, it's fantastic. I mean, like, there's a whole episode he dedicated to the art of sampling, since Kanye West samples a lot. Oh my god, it was fantastic. Like, it's such a great podcast and I love it so much. I even got my coworker, because he loves hip-hop, I even got him to listen to it and he loves it. I mean, he binge listened to it, which I can't binge listen to podcasts in general, but he binge listened to it. He says he loves it, and we're excited every Tuesday whenever he posts it up, because it's what we talk about. Like what I also love about it is that, like, the after effects of listening to this podcast and then listening to their works. While he was dissecting To Pimp a Butterfly, I listened to Damn by Kendrick Lamar, and when you see how it connects and the nuances of like this narrative that Kendrick Lamar is telling, it's fantastic. I would recommend it. Even if you don't listen to hip hop, what I really like about it too is the way he dissects the music. It's so thought-provoking and just, it's great. I really love it. Alright, the next chunk of podcasts, they basically involve the same thing, but I love to listen to. Well, 2 of these recaps it, one is the other one, and that's RuPaul's Drag Race. In case you haven't been watching this channel, I love RuPaul's Drag Race, like, hardcore. I love it. I think I just love drag queens in general, because like I follow other queens and like watch on my social media and whatnot that's not on Drag Race. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. And one of the podcasts that I love is What's the Tea with RuPaul and Michelle Visage. This is basically RuPaul and Michelle Visage talking with like a guest. I love it. The current episode was with LeVar Burton, and oh man, fantastic. It's just really a funny podcast in general, but also it has some, like, you know, jewels up in there every once in a while. It's like also getting to know RuPaul and Michelle Visage, like how Michelle Visage can't go on like she can't be up high in like a helicopter, but then like RuPaul can't pronounce certain words. It's really funny. So yeah, I really like it. One of my favorite things to do is like watch TV shows, but then also listen to podcasts that like recaps them and talks about them. There are 2 RuPaul's Drag Race RuPaul Drag Race based podcasts that I love to listen to. They call themselves like sister podcasts because they talk about each other a lot, give shout outs to each other, which I really enjoy. And that's Alright Mary and Squirrel Friends. Oh my god. I first discovered Alright Mary by just like looking up, trying to see like who does recaps of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I found All Right Mary. I knew instantly when I listened to the I think it was the first or second episode, when they made an comparison of Laganja Estrange's All Right Mama to a red barn door opening. It was so funny. It was so funny. I was laughing because now I can't unsee that image. It was fantastic. And then I discovered Squirrel Friends Cocktail Hour because All Right Mary would always talk about them. All Right Mary is basically Johnny and Colin talking about RuPaul's Drag Race, but then they also do recaps and like insights of things involved with Drag Race, which I love. But then it's such a completely different turn because Squirrel Friends and Nick and Amanda, they are like a little bit, because they're drinking while they're doing the podcast, and it just gets so funny. But I love both of these podcasts. I love it. Another podcast that just recently finished their first season like a while back is called Ear Hustle. I just saw this randomly searching for a podcast to listen to because after I finish listening to a podcast, I try to find new ones because if I listen to the whole catalog, then Ear Hustle is such a fascinating podcast. This takes place in the San Quentin State Prison, and Ear Hustle is the term like eavesdropping, like you could alluded to that. We get to listen to like how prison is in, like how it is inside the prison. What I love about this podcast is that it's so human. The stories that are being told range from like funny, happy, heartbreaking, sad. It really does the whole spectrum of emotions. And it's so fascinating. I really enjoyed this podcast, and their second season starts next year. I'm really excited for it. I just really love this podcast. The last podcast I'm going to talk about is Somebody Knows Something. This is a true crime podcast from Canada. This is David Ridgen. I wrote it down. David Ridgen, and he basically does missing person cases. The first season is with this little boy named Adrian who just all of a sudden goes missing during the family fishing trip. But the second season so far is the best because I just started on the third season. So the second season deals with this woman named Cheryl Shepard. Wow. The way that this podcast is presented is that he goes around interviewing the missing persons case, so like family members, policemen, just friends, like everyone involved with the case. And the second season, the way that the story unfolds, like the way that it's presented to the listener, riveting. I was at the edge of my seat listening to it because as you listen, as you get more perspective, and you see this one incident, this one event, as you see like this one event becomes this you start to see the ripple effect of it. Shook. It was fantastic. The third season deals with a Ku Klux Klan member murdering someone. I'm not sure of it yet because I just started listening to it. I mean, because it's one of his older documentaries, so like he's revisiting it. What a fan! It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. I think what I really love about it is like the presentation of it, just the way that these stories are being told. It's so fantastic, and like it's so heartbreaking listening to these family members talk about missing loved one. I love it. I would recommend it. Those are some more podcasts that I'm really enjoying. Obviously, I listen to a lot more. So if you have any more recommendations, let me know. I did start listening to some of the recommendations that I got from the other ones, but I haven't gotten like to the meat of them yet because I'm listening to so many other ones. So yes, until then, I'll see you guys till tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so for this one, since this video, so it's day 7. Stop! Get your feet up! Right here, Maya. Wanna open it?
Open it, Mama.
Okay.
What is it?
Oh. Yay! Can I have one? Can I have some? Thanks.
Are they all
here?
That's no fun. You should got a Starbucks one.
They didn't have one this year.
Ain't no chocolate for you. You gonna die. Get off of me.
Yay! Okay, that's it.